Shalom. Good morning, people of the United Nations Trust Territory of the British Southern Cameroons. Citizens of Ambazonia. Today na number 20 day for the month of July 2019. My name na Capo Daniel. This one is my daily podcast for now. Chaos in Ambazonia. There is a war going on between enablers and collaborators of the colonial regime of Yaoundé. First, make we start with Mbiam for the great state of Bui. Massacre then take place for Bui state following an invasion of Bui by La République du Cameroon government terrorist forces. Almost the whole quarter from BM be tortured by La République du Cameroon, their terrorist forces, then go from house to house, breaking doors them, burning houses, looting property. 6 people then be killed in cold blood, some of them from the same family, and 2 elderly people, a man and a woman, they be executed, cold blood, without any provocation at all. When I listen.
That's what La République have done to the people of Miami. Those civilians. Look at one mother collapsing. Yeah. Look at what is going. Look at what La République have done. Look at what the vampires of La République du Cameroon have done to our civilians in Miami. Where God punished vampires. Vampires of La République du Cameroon. Well, sorry. Well.
People them where they then begin return back from bush where they be run from that attack, them be unconsolable with the amount of carnage and death. A lot of youths are still unaccounted for. While in the United States Senate, the scoop chairman led a delegation for a diplomatic presentation in the United States Senate regarding the conflict in Ambazonia. A lot of indignation and anger was directed towards the scoop representatives following a picture where he come off for America's Senate, where scoop member Bishidong for La République du Cameroon flag. They talk with some Maurice Kamto, he supporter where she don't for a corner. All diplomats, the need for understand, say Ambazonia that they consider all symbols of La République du Cameroon, their flag and their national symbols as symbols of oppression. That explains the indignation and anger directed towards Scoop for standing behind La République du Cameroon flag without sending any explanation why we will see our own diplomats them for Shidong for back La République du Cameroon their flags inside a place like United States Senate, in particularly when we struggle for demonstrate for the war, so we don't reject the vivre ensemble and will not go do anything in collaboration with citizens of La République du Cameroon because the whole concept of national sovereignty be an exclusive one. Subsequently, for the release them for that picture them, the scoop president, Mr. Atta Milan, them release audio recording for a presentation for the United States Senate. Wanna listen.
I am here today to present this opening remark on the root causes of today's Anglophone crisis. The very coinage of the ongoing crisis as the Anglophone problem is in itself a misnomer intended to oversimplify and water down the underlying annexation problem affecting the livelihoods of 8 million people ripe and already ready enough to constitute a country of their own.
Mr. Atta Milan really helped for debunk the narrative where La République du Cameroon and most the international community they press them down for neck, say na an Anglophone problem. This problem be start like an English problem or a problem of assimilation or Francophonization. But once a declaration for the restoration of our sovereignty and independence was made, this become an international problem. It is a problem between Ambazonia or the British Trust Territory of Southern Cameroons and La République du Cameroon. In a time where we be ready back, me people them intervene for the United States Senate regarding the resolution 358. We will be very happy. Say this clarification be made on the record by Mr. Atta Milan. Listen, as a brilliant presentation of our case was made.
But once you drop that simplistic and deceptive linguistic coinage of the Anglophone crisis or problem and start looking at it as the Southern Cameroon's crisis or problem, then the crisis or problem is suddenly elevated from the category of a localized internal domestic crisis into a full-blown international crisis that should attract the urgent attention of the global community of nations, all clamoring for a concerted resolution to this crisis.
It be worth noting, say this event, many participants they be invited there. Most of them be being a supporter them for one La République du Cameroon theory, including Maurice Kamto, their supporters them. It will be very important, same our own version for the account of the war be presented for this Senate hearing as well. So we thank Atta Milan and Scoop for presenting our case in this Senate hearing.
Let me at this point introduce the support we have had from a renowned Muslim activist and scholar in the person of Dr. Abdul Karim. This is a man of integrity who has publicly acknowledged that the recent clashes between Muslims and Christians is a well-orchestrated ploy by the annexationist regime in Yaoundé. It is very important to mention here that the soldiers who were sent to manipulate and promote a non-existent fratricidal ethnic war between two peaceful communities videotaped their own crime. So, their intention to brand the bloody outcome of their monstrous plan as an instance of religious intolerance by Southern Cameroon separatist groups has failed woefully. I am not naive to think that everyone present here buys into my narrative. In fact, what I ask in return is that they respect my point of view and state the facts that we can verify. And I will respect that. What I know is that we shall continue to witness many such deceptive narratives intended to hide facts and deviate us as far away as possible from the root causes of the Southern Cameroonian crisis.
This hearing be been about religious conflict them. La République du Cameroon, they work very hard with their international partners them for present our case like a case where you get problem all around Cameroon with different kind angles them. For this hearing, they be talk about religious conflict for try for manipulate the international community for present the case say the struggle for Ambazonia then not just one of the many problems that we did for inside Cameroon, including religious conflict them. We'll be very happy say that clarification and our own version be stated for this session by Mr. Atta Milan. Back to Ambazonia. There is a war going on between enablers and collaborators. Enablers be largely known as people the way they enable La République du Cameroon hold on to our territory by providing them justification or legitimacy such as parliamentarians, senators, mayors, political parties who are participating in politics in La République du Cameroon such as SDF. Many of them are enablers. They are enabling La République du Cameroon to be able to say that we are one, irrespective of the will of our people, which have been expressed clearly on 22nd of September and 1st of October 2017. Apart from enablers, where them be widely known, you also get collaborators with La République du Cameroon, where be led mostly by Mr. Akere Muna. They will know, say being a part of French government, their plan for destroy the Ambazonia revolution and for bring Cameroon under Maurice Kamto for continue their exploitation in a new deal with some small concession them here and there for the peoples of the Cameroons. Akere Muna, a team for inside the Ambazonian struggle, it be led by the journalist and TV host, Mr. Theodore Ngumba of the Cry Out Radio. Mr. Theodore Ngumba, they collaborate directly with Mr. Akere Muna for set up camps them, Amber Boys them, and also for pay Ambazonian fighters them, make them begin listen for ye, put them directly under the influence of Mr. Akere Muna. This connection between Mr. Akere Muna, Theodore Ngumba, and many Ambazonia fighters them, they then be the main source of the targeting of the SDF and other pan-Cameroonian political actors them, where the collaborators, they see them like a challenge for their attention for the French government. So those politicians them and party members them way Mr. Paul Biya and CPGM be then begin to work hand in hand with them, like the SDF. They then became in conflict. How the French government, they struggle for put aside the old deal and then bring in the new people where they go can work with Maurice Kamto. We want the Ambazonian public as well as all Ambazonian fighters for understand this dynamic for the chaos where they go within Ambazonian struggle. Recently, we don't get one of the actors them when Maurice Kamto, agent, Akere Muna, then hire him for this Ambazonian struggle through Theodore Ngumba. This agent na a cousin to Theodore Ngumba. In name na Tambe Ashu. He be renowned for audio messages the way they make them for WhatsApp. Usually it is start na say, na me Tambe this I don't come again, and he go ahead for spill out divisive rhetoric meant to disable and destroy particularly the ADF and the AGOF-C, which are organizations that have put in place measures that have made it very impossible to be infiltrated. During our debate within the Ambazonian struggle, mainly between competition of the various movements, these agents, where they do work for Akere Muna, they don't always work alongside or in synchronology with Mr. Paul Biya agent for cause confusion. The main aim for Theodore Ngumba and the agents, including people like Tambe, now for destroy Ambazonian revolution, throw doubt, cast doubt, bring confusion, me they not trust anybody. At the end of the day, the main point where they want make and I say, you know if you trust any Ambazonian revolutionary leader, you know if you trust any Ambazonian movement. And these people they don't be in the middle of this our struggle for a long time without any exposure. We hope say by exposing this their action, Ambazonia people they go to understand place with some kind of unnecessary criticism that the command way no get end. Back to Amba. One of the leading contender force unit, be led by General Efang, then be seen in Ambazonia in a classified location in full control after they then drive out La République du Cameroon and stop their invasion in one of our localities. During the patrol of the contender force, they met an encounter with former ADF commander Boss Timaya, who is now fighting under Commando, one of the fighting groups of the county cartels. The contender forces unit of the ADF behave in a very professional manner. We are very happy that they did not make any arrests, but Boss Timaya was interviewed where he talked about those weapons that were confiscated from the ADF still being in the hands of some top generals of those institutions that was set up mainly by Sako. So we are still calling on General Nambere, our Ambazonian hero, as well as General Commando to return the ADF weapons. Justice is always justice. It is never too late to do the right thing. We hope that the return of those weapons is going to build trust amongst our various fighting groups and avoid any danger of conflict between both sides.
Seven action. How many days you are keeping now?
No one.
How the commercial day was
The number they belong
Yes.
So for that audio, Nafi say those pump action the way they began for the unit them for Boss Timaya, they were provided by General Efang of the ADF. This is in the spirit of what General Ivor used to be doing, which is sharing weapons to various Ambazonian fighters. They want a great job for this our revolution where the ADF be done do where they always go unnoticed. In a video message, General Efang, aka Big Number, also addressed the issue of school, say it is not possible for us to send our children to school given the circumstances and the practices of La République du Cameroon to shoot sporadically amongst our population. Una listen.
On the point of school, I know say our parents them they try to talk say we are picking them supposed to go to school. But I beg them say we don't over focus on that one for now because this terror occupier, when the La République where they inside our land, when the Amber land, they just shoot rampart bullet. If we will send our picking them for school, they will just shoot the rampart bullet if we harm our picking them.
So I beg my father say, may we not calm down so that we chase the terror occupier inside our land. So that we will send our picking there for school without any fear. I beg we not say we not calm down.
General Afang is a voice of truly the Ambazonian fighters who, for the large part, have rejected the idea of school resumption. Would he still beg and plead for the political leadership? Say, despite the school boycott, we still need an educational policy, a wartime policy, where we go address the immediate need of education rights of our children. We can still study without resuming school. We can still have a national policy where we go give guidelines on the education and basic education of our children. That we deserve, that we need as a right of our people from the political leadership of the struggle. We call on Seseko Ayuk Tabi, acting interim president, Mr. Yerima, and Dr. Ayabacho Lucas, the president of the Ambazonia Governing Council, take the responsibility of national education to our children, in particularly the most vulnerable of them, between 3 years old and 8 years old, and outline an Ambazonia wartime educational plan for the Ambazonia children. Friend day between national education and going to school. We can have education even without going to school. These our people then deserve them. Because right now, La République du Cameroon, they get advantage because they don't change the story now. It is shown now like say na Ambazonia then be against education. And they don't forget say this thing be been a boycott. Make we leader them come out for defend our revolution in this aspect of national education. Make we stand fine. Make we stand strong. Make we hold grass as one people every Monday to boycott, to have a ghost town, to demonstrate to the entire world that the people of Ambazonia want separation and complete independence from La République du Cameroon. May we resist, may we defend our territory. This is our duty. When injustice becomes a law, resistance becomes our duty. May our revolution be short. May our independence, freedom, democracy, good governance, civil liberty endure in Ambazonia forever. God bless you. Capo Daniel signing off.